What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the second episode of Today's Nation podcast. So, you guys, we have, last Saturday, we had Caden G on the podcast. He was talking about his near-death experience and all that type of stuff. So, now we are here with someone else that you guys probably might not know. He has like a lower class channel, but we're going to try to get him up to a higher channel. So, you guys, IAM Creed, so he's on the podcast now, so
irrelevant.
Wow, okay.
Pull a rescue on me.
Okay, so IAM Creed, you guys might not know him, so I'm gonna. Oh, my mom's home. So, whoa, man.
Oh man.
So, basically, if you don't know who IAM Creed is, it's basically, he's someone from my school. He has a Fortnite channel. And if you guys want to look him up, it's I am, but there's no space in between. It's I am space then Creed. So he has some interesting stuff we're going to talk about. So first topic we're going to talk about, I was on playing some Fortnite with him last night, and we're trying to figure out what topics we're going to talk about.
I carried him.
Technically, he did. He had like 7 kills. I had like 1.
Actually, I got 9 at the end.
Wow. Okay.
I wiped out a couple squads.
Wow. Okay, so basically, the first topic we're gonna be talking about is your Fortnite skills.
As we talked about.
As we just got done talking about. So, like, when did you start playing Fortnite?
Season 1 on Xbox, and then I switched over to PS4 because a lot of my friends were playing there. I started on Xbox just because it was the first console I mainly had, and just started playing on that.
Well, like, when you play Fortnite, because, like, you're probably one of the best people I know at Fortnite so far, because the best person I knew so far had, like, a 15 kill high average game. You're like, how I saw you playing last night, you're like the type of dude that'd get, like, a 25 kill game in a solo.
I can do it.
You can?
I'm pretty sure I can.
Yeah. So, he's probably the best Fortnite person I know. Like, when you play Fortnite, do you sometimes go for wins? Like, you don't go for fights? Or do you go for fights, like, all the time?
See, mainly I go for fights just because I like going high kill. I don't really... See, that's why I have, like, pretty much no wins. I don't go for wins. I just go for hecka high kills.
Yeah. So, how many wins do you have?
Stupid. I literally have, like, 15.
15?
Yeah.
Like, all in total?
In total. I just go high kill, man. I just do stupid stuff.
I just said you're the best person I know at Fortnite. I suck at the game, and I have only 24 wins. And you say you have 15. Why?
How?
Like, why?
I can look up my stats later and show you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
I'm trash.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. So, like, all of your skins that you have.
75.
You have 75 skins in total.
75.
I don't even have that much.
Counted them.
I have like 40, almost 50. So, what you gotta do is that you gotta, like, tell me, like, your 5 favorite skins. Because
Dude, they have to be ones that I have.
Yes.
Nog Ops would be number 5.
Or Nog Ops, yeah.
Survival Specialist would be number 4.
Okay.
Commando would be number 3.
Oh, yeah, Commando's kind of good.
Number 2 and number 1. I know what number 1 is, but number 2.
Yo, boys, got like kind of stuttering there. Like, what's going on?
Number 2 is hard, but I don't know. I guess probably. Yeah, the car honk. Can I skip number 2?
Yeah, skip number 2.
Number 1 would be Bullseye. That's my main.
Bullseye, your favorite skin?
Yes.
The entire game.
Bro, I use that all the time when I'm sweating.
Yeah. He's actually live streaming on YouTube right now. Like, live streaming while we're doing this
How many
podcast.
people are in this room?
0.
No one. Wow, what a surprise.
What a surprise.
My lighting's way worse than yours.
Okay, so now about Fortnite, like, do you use like Combat Pro, Builder Pro, like old school? What do you do?
Builder Pro. I use Builder Pro. Guess I'm not streaming. Hold up. Well, that sucks. Alright, well, anyway. Okay. I play on Builder Pro.
You play on Builder Pro?
Yes, Builder Pro.
So, like, if you had to give yourself an average skill on Builder Pro, what would you give it?
1 out of 10, it'd be 5.
5?
I need to work on my 90s, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, another question about Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
The guns you get, how do you put them in order? Like, would it be like for me right now, it's AR, SMG, shotgun, sometimes rocket launcher or sniper, and then meds, but sometimes it could be meds.
See, when I'm going for high kill, I barely use it, but when I'm going like super sweaty, I have one loadout that's always done me well, and so many people think it's weird. I'll have my AR at the very right, and then I'll have my sniper at the almost finish, because you can switch between those. Then I'll have my shotgun and SMG or heals.
So
that way you can switch between them super fast.
So, like, just say first one, second one, third one, because I didn't understand
first one would be my shotgun.
Okay.
And then my second one would probably be an SMG. Third one would be some heals. Fourth one would be a sniper. Fifth one would be an AR.
That's a wacky type of, like, loadout there.
Yeah,
right?
I know. But it's easy to get used to, though, because, like, you can switch between them so fast.
Yeah, that is
You can do an AR to shotgun to SMG so quick.
Yeah, that is kind of true. Well, let's talk about Fortnite for a little bit longer. Then we're gonna get into the next topic. So, your favorite guns, like when you find a gun, but then you find your second favorite gun, but you only have one slot, and you have other guns. What are your two favorite guns?
The bolt the new suppressed sniper, the new suppressed bolty, because that thing's OP, and I love bolties.
Okay.
And my second one would probably have to be the heavy AR.
Heavy AR. So if you saw those two things, but you had the best loot in the game, and you only had one slot, which one would you pick?
But would I have like an AR or a sniper already?
You would have both. You would have an AR and a sniper, but the thing is that you have a legendary SCAR, but it's a legendary heavy AR.
I would take the heavy AR.
No. But like you have one slot, and then there's a legendary suppressed sniper. Which one would you choose?
To be honest, I'd take the sniper.
The sniper. Okay. So now on to the next topic. We're going to get to the like more detailed topic because I'm going to take a little clip of what we said in this and put it in the beginning before the intro goes on. But he's going to be talking about some serious stuff like coming to the end of the podcast episode. But right now we're going to be talking about you being in my Halloween movie playing as Paul.
Yes.
What do you think about that? Like,
what do I think?
Because the thing is that you never asked.
You
You never asked to be on the podcast or Halloween. Because he's the type of kid at school that will write shit like a lot. He's the type of dude that will spend every single break, every single day for the entire week writing stuff. Like, he's kind of the same as my friend Tavian.
Speaking of writing, I'm actually making a story.
You're actually making a story? What's it about? Tell us.
It is about a school.
A scooter?
School. I don't know why I brought that accent.
Why?
I don't know why I brought it like that.
Okay. So
it's about a school, and there's a kid who has powers, but everyone else has better powers, and there's tournaments. And basically the school, it's not like you're worrying about tests or anything. What the school is, the more powerful you are, the more respected you are.
So, if you have barely any powers, you're, getting bullied and all that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it. Is there any relation with that story going into, your actual life?
Yes.
Tell us.
5th grade.
5th grade, what happened?
Just 5th grade in a nutshell.
I think I know.
Yeah.
The popular kids would be respected.
Yep.
But the kids that weren't popular...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, I wouldn't call myself popular at school. I would call myself decent. Because if I had to give myself a popularity group, I'd be 3rd. But not everybody, almost everybody in the school knows me is because of my channel. But if I never had my channel, I would probably be in the lower class.
I'm actually going to go to band and play the trombone. Every time someone says something like that, just...
Yeah. So, now back to the Halloween thing. When I walked up to you and I said, hey, because he watched my videos. He found out my channel because he commented on one of my off-camera episodes. And he was all like, hey, Chris, it's Jimmy. And I was like, oh. And then he challenged me to something, but we'll get to that in the next topic. He challenged me to something, and I was like, wow. So, basically, when I walked up to you and I said, how does it, like, I walked up to you and I was like, hey, Jimmy, I have a movie called Halloween. You might have already heard about it. I need someone to play Paul. The actor quit yesterday who played Paul. I'm not going to say which actor because I'm not trying to get hate or anything, but, and then you're like, I want to be in it. And I was like, yeah, but, and then the next day he watched my podcast setup episode. He's all like, dude, that podcast looks really cool. And I'm like, you want to go on it? And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, you can go on the podcast. Is there anything interesting about you? And then he told me a whole bunch of interesting stuff that we're going to be talking about here. And I was like, you know what? You're going on the podcast. You're
going.
You're going.
I'm going to kidnap you, bring you here, sit you down, duct tape your mouth, and you are going to answer my questions. Even with your mouth duct taped.
That's not what happened. Your mom drove you here in a car. That's not what happened. Oh, yeah, the views. Yeah, the views. The views, guys. The views. Yeah, talk about the views there. Okay, so... Now back to the point. The things that Paul does, cause Paul. I think my mom's coming home.
So basically,
What's up, Mom?
Wait, out of baby, it's a boy. Sorry, I don't have a commercial. Hi, I'm Chris's mom.
I'm his friend,
What's your name, friend?
Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Many.
All right. Well, me and your dad have gotta go do something real quick.
Okay, I'll be here.
Okay. There's food in there. Clean for mess.
Oh.
And Will's here.
Okay.
Mom and Dad
gotta do something. Like, I love it how, like, when I'm in the middle of something,
Right.
it's a barge in. Like the 8 tricks in a Halloween candy video, I was, like, talking about something, and I'm like, grab that candy off their porch and just get out of there. Right when I said that, my mom buzzed down the door, and she's all like, get your fucking ass out here, we're gonna clean this house. And I'm like, and then, no, and the funniest part about that is that people were making a meme out of it. They made a meme out of it to where, right when I looked over, all you hear is, FBI, open up! And I was like, and I end the video. And it was so funny when I watched it, and then my friend Tony, you know who Tony is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he made one of the funniest shit ever. What I saw is that he actually took a clip of off camera where I put a kid in a van, and then he says 4 months later, and it's me sitting out saying, take that Halloween candy and grab it, and it says, FBI, open up! So the FBI is coming at me for stealing the kid. That's basically what he was going for there. So back to Halloween before my mom came in. Paul is like an unusual character. Paul is like, see, he's like a drug addict mixed with like the type of guy you don't want to mess with. Like if you got in a fist fight with him, you're basically done for.
And there's one thing that, so I have this Rudolph the reindeer, innocent puppet, right? It's an innocent little puppet. I made a joke at school once that just blew up and everyone keeps asking for it. His arm actually got ripped, I gotta sew it. But guess what?
What?
On his scarf, there is cocaine. He is Rudolph the crack addict.
Actual, like...
No, not
I
actual.
was about to say.
It's just a joke.
And before you guys say anything, when he plays in Halloween, it's not going to be actual cocaine either, so don't even ask that.
Flour.
It's going to be flour.
I'm just gonna go
Yep.
rub some flour.
Yep. We're going to try to get that scene today to where, like, the desk is right here, and then he's all like...
Who does that? It just...
They usually
That's some good stuff.
They just usually put it on the finger, and they're all like...
Imagine he just vacuumed
Okay.
through his nose.
So, like, you gotta know something. I don't think we're gonna be able to get all your clips today. Because, if you think about it, we got a lot of scenes with you. Most of them are during the nighttime. But you don't ever go outside. So I'm thinking is that if we don't do anybody else's scenes today and just worry about yours, we could probably get yours done, and then we go over to their scenes. But we have to get your fake girlfriend in the movie with you. So, yeah, but can you see without the glasses?
See, I've gotten that question a lot. Guess what it is?
What?
I can see.
It's just like it's not as good.
Yeah, I can't see far away though.
Okay, so that's actually perfect because the character Paul in the original, he doesn't do cocaine in the original movie. I just changed it up a little bit to make it feel like this century type of movie. your character wears glasses. So I was like, I need to find someone for Paul. And then I saw you, and I was like, holy shit, Jimmy.
Come here.
I was like, Jimmy.
The chosen one.
The chosen one.
Get over here.
But how do you feel that I could have chose the most popular kid in school, but then I went to a 6th grader and said, want to be in Halloween? Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel less relevant.
Less irrelevant? Because I could have went up to anybody. I could have went up to any single freaking kid, and I chose Jimmy. And people would be like, why'd you choose Jimmy? It's because he has classes. And plus, he's the type of kid at school that, like, makes jokes and, like, cocaine type of jokes and shit like that.
I'm a screwed up person. Also, I'm double jointed.
Oh, yeah, you're double. Let's see, like, hold on. Go up to the camera and do that. I want to see that.
Alright, so basically, you take your thumb behind, which people probably do, but you, like, pull it all the way back.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Damn. How can you do that?
It's just something I can do. I'm just double jointed. Hurts for normal people, not for me. Yeah.
Well, basically, back to this point, now we're gonna go to the next object, whatever. I don't know what it.
Object,
whatever. Let's talk about his MMA skills. So, how long have you been doing MMA?
Okay, last time I remember it was when I was little, like 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
So I've done it for a couple years. I was in a tournament, which pissed me off so much when I was when you first started in it. In my first ever tournament, and I got into the finals, right? First one to land a punch or kick wins. And I kick this kid, right? I kick him. He punches me like a couple seconds after. My grandpa's got it recorded. He looks at it in slow motion, sees that I kicked first. He's ready for me to hold my first place trophy. Guess whose hand gets raised? Not mine, the kid's.
How?
Guess who the dad was?
Don't tell me.
Tournament hoster.
Don't tell me. Mr. Seiler.
No, Mr. Seiler's a duck because our whole school's on quack.
Okay, I have to laugh about that. If you guys go to my school, you'll understand why that's funny. Okay, back to the point.
Okay, anyway, but yeah, his dad was the person hosting the tournament. Yup.
The kid's dad.
And my grandpa even showed him. And he was like, oh, we don't believe in that. You could have just edited it. Yeah, he edited it in like 5 seconds.
So you kicked the kid, like straight up kicked him.
Kicked him right in the nose, too.
Y'all know what I would have done?
What?
If he got his hand raised, I would beat the living shit out of him.
Yo, bro.
I wouldn't care. I would tackle the kid.
Here's one thing I've always learned when I was younger. You gotta be humble.
Yeah.
Like, I was humble.
Just like, you gotta take the loss,
Bro,
you gotta take the win. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit of, like, negativity. Yeah, like, poor sportsmanship.
Give me 1
sportsmanship.
second. To any adults that watch this podcast, for every time we go off topic, take a shot. You'll be drunk by this. Okay, continue.
Okay, well, basically, I'll show you some poor sportsmanship. I'm like, he's my homie and stuff like that, but I got to address this. I didn't address it in the last, like, when he was here last week. I didn't address it is because I felt like if I addressed it, that he would, like, freak out.
Who?
Caden G. He was here last week. And yeah. So basically, when me and him were boxing, afterwards, he was winning. Like, he was winning in the boxing match. He started off winning, like, in the beginning, but then I started coming back during, like, the end. Because that's usually what happens with boxers. They start off losing, but then coming during the end, they start getting a little bit better.
Logan Paul.
Because they... Logan Paul. Well, basically, when we were out there, Caden was going to win. My trainer came up to me, and he's like, Chris, we got a little problem. And I was like, what? He's like, Caden's going to win. The only way you're going to be able to win this is that if you either knock him out or get a whole bunch of punches on him. I'm like, how many punches do I have to get on him? He's like, you have to get at least 7 punches, but he cannot punch you. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, because if he punches you, that means you have to get 8. And if he punches you again, you have to get 9, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, crap, I am not going to be able to do this. So I was like, I'll try my hardest. Because think about it this way, this was the last round. the last round of the entire boxing match, the 6th round. We were doing it for freaking, how long? We've been doing it for 10 minutes already.
No, question. Where's the belt?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that here in a second. So
The belt that I'll be taking from you.
he thinks that he's going. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not.
No, we can get a new belt made.
Well, if we have a vacant MMA belt, we could do it. I'm not gonna fight for it though, cause I suck at MMA. You have no idea. I haven't trained for it. You've been training almost your whole life. For boxing, I started training like 4 months ago.
How about this? You give me time to train a bit in boxing, I will take you on in the ring.
Do we see a new challenge? Jimmy,
I mean,
IAM Creed. Okay, that kind of makes me nervous now because you choose your name, IAM Creed, and there's a boxing movie called Creed. So I'm trying to figure this out. Are you like the stepson?
I don't see.
Adopted child?
I have a stepdad. His name's Joey.
Okay, the guy's name's not Joey. Okay.
What if he
I don't
what if he
really care.
legally changed his name
That would suck.
and his race?
That would suck. Okay. So, back to this point. Afterwards, right when the last round started, I went after Caden and I dodged almost all Caden's punches. And always in the last round of boxing, if you like huddle up like that, there's no stopping. If they fall on the ground, you can still hit them. There's no stopping. Guess what?
What?
This was probably the luckiest thing I could have done to win.
He slipped and fell.
He slipped. He slipped and fell on his knees to where he was like in that type of position where he was looking up, like he was gonna pray.
it.
And I hit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 right in the head. And he was running after me. Like he got right back up. And right when we both got back into the ring, the round was over. It took them 10 minutes to decide who won because it was probably one of the fairest fights we've ever seen. It was going to turn out to be a draw. All the judges said that it was going to be a draw. Oh, someone just invited me to a party, but we're not going to join it right now. That's Mac. Okay, so basically, they took forever. They said it was going to be a draw, but then they realized, okay.
In case I was on the ball.
And they were like, we're not having it like that. And then what they did is that they ended the live stream, watched over the footage, and then they put the live stream back on. And what they did is that they're like, okay, we know who the winner is. I was like, shit, I know Caden's winning this. And Caden had the look of like he was about to win. And what would suck is like I don't want to beat Caden in front of his dad because his dad was watching the fight live. So I was like, I do not want to beat Caden. So I was saying I want myself to win, but I kind of don't. I don't at the same time, cause if I win, that's going to make Caden look like a failure. But think about it this way: Caden almost beat me.
It's not a failure if you tried your best.
If he tried his best, like that's all that matters.
If you put in your all, you're not.
Well, they raised my hand, and I was like, Caden, we're all good, man. And he's like, no, this is bullshit. And he starts cussing everybody out. He walks up to my trainer, and he's like, you got something to do with it? You got something to do with it? And he's like flipping out. And his brother, Braden, who was one of the judges, he voted for Caden, because obviously he's his brother. But he went up to Braden, he's like, Braden, did you choose Chris, huh? Did you choose Chris, the guy we knew for 6 years? He's like, and then finally we all had to calm him down and just put him saying, fine, you won. And they're like, thank you. But then they all came back and they were like, you won, just like that, don't worry about it. But then Caden finally realized a month later, it took him a month to realize that I won. But there was no more video proof. No more video proof. It's because someone reported the damn boxing match for violence and YouTube took it down, and that's why I couldn't live stream.
For violence,
I know.
It's a boxing fight. No,
Guys, like the freaking child. The child's gonna be like a little 5-year-old child. He's gonna go up to his mom and was like, hey mom, can we watch these 2 kids boxing? This is what I said to the kid. You know Anthony Spolina? Okay, well, screw that then. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, so this is.
Well, hold on, listen. So I told him this. I'm like, did you seriously freaking report it? And he's like, yeah. And I said, okay, so you're gonna have a 5-year-old child one day, and it's going to be with your incest sister, and it's gonna be like, hey, auntie/mom, can I watch that? 2 guys boxing on YouTube who are little kids and just doing it for fun? She's gonna be like, no, that's violence. But Mom, can I watch these two girls making out and fingering each other? Yeah, little Sonny, let's watch that. Like, you will report a boxing match.
Like,
over
puts on
porn.
Happy Tree Friends.
Over porn. Over porn. Don't do that. That's stupid. Okay, now.
So wait, so this was Caden
Yes,
on
yes,
mute,
yes, yes.
and then me would just be. Good game.
Good game.
Good fight, my dude.
Well, back to the MMA thing. I remember one day at school.
Yes.
It was after. It was after school,
Mhm.
and I was walking out of Mr. Tran's class. I turned around, and I saw you and Toby arguing. And I remember. No, don't interrupt me, because I remember this day. You guys were arguing, and then Toby pushed you. And then you got him into a headlock and flipped him, like a Ronda Rousey style. Flipped him over your shoulders, slammed him to the ground, and had him in a headlock. And he was turning purple. I was like, oh shit. And I didn't know who you were at the time. So I was like, holy fuck, that kid can fight. These two fucking 8th graders walk around the corner like, get off of him, huh? Get off of him, get away. And then he walks away. But then guess what? They go after Toby, the man who started the entire argument. It's like, Toby, you okay, man? You okay?
And guess what? Guess who those kids are?
Who?
The kids in 5th grade who literally led like the whole gang of jumping me and bullying me in 5th grade. Like I'd literally get jumped. They lived in a different city. They'd walk home from that school. They'd walk home with me. Second I'm about to go in the door, bam. One time they jumped me while I was like walking because there's this path. Him and his buddies just freaking rolled up and
Why didn't
caught me off guard.
Why didn't you just defend yourself? Even if they were stronger than you, why didn't you just defend yourself?
Because there was way more of them than me. Like, I punched one kid in the face and the other dude instantly, like, one dude...
Did they hurt? Did it hurt?
Yes, kind of. One dude held me, right? Bro punches me.
No, that hurt. That would hurt. Cause,
Yeah.
like, you can't move your head.
Yeah,
and, like,
he held me and
it's like,
boom.
boom.
Caught one
Okay,
right
now we're going to go on to the next topic, which I think is going to be the saddest topic. That's Jimmy's depression. He doesn't have it right now, I don't think. Do you still have it?
No.
Okay, he doesn't have it, but he used to, and I asked him if he wanted to talk about it, and he said yes. So I'm not even going to talk unless, like, if I have to, like, go, like, ooh, you do all the talking, talk about, like, how it started and how it ended. I know, but I'm not going to talk. You talk about how it started and how it ended, because we're at 27 minutes right now. We need to get to this episode to at least 35 minutes. So, start it off.
So, it started when I was younger. I literally got bullied in preschool, but not, like, actual bullied.
Yeah, not like physical.
Yeah. One kid. I don't know how I remember this so clearly. I had a lemonade and a cookie. Kid took my lemonade.
What a fucker. Honestly.
Did you just cuss out a preschooler?
Take the fucking lemonade, honestly.
My lemonade, bam!
What
Hit
the
it with
fuck?
the elbow in preschool. No, but then
Okay,
the
continue.
worst thing is when it came to 5th grade. Like I've said, there were multiple things of bullies and violence and all that. People telling me to kill myself. I actually had a YouTube channel called YouTube King Gaming, and it sucked. Like 15 subs. And I remember
When I started out at 15 subs, no one watched my videos. All they did was just subscribe, and they wouldn't watch. But then, what I started doing is that I would start doing videos that other people were doing, and then people would subscribe. But that was 2 years ago. Because on January 22nd, which is my 2nd year on YouTube, I think we're already past that by now. Yeah, we're in February right now, you guys. We're just making this in January, but it's going to be posted in February, you guys. Okay, like, back to the point now.
okay, but on a YouTube channel.
You get the mic, because, like,
On a YouTube channel.
not that close.
See? I was too close. Too close for comfort, but on my YouTube channel, I was streaming. And I had a friend named Mikey. He was actually a really bad kid, and I didn't know it until a couple years later, but his cousin owned a gun. And we were at his house, and I was teasing him, and I didn't even know he had a gun. Guess what he did?
He walked in with it.
Reached into his pocket. I saw the handle, and Mikey said, "Oh yeah, he has a gun." I was like, "We're on bikes. You think we're gonna?"
Was he actually going to shoot you?
He was literally about to hold me at gunpoint.
Like, make you... Make you like beg for your life.
Yes, no joke. We got out of there. I grabbed my bike. You've never seen someone pedal faster in your life. My legs were red when I got home. I literally just jumped onto my couch, locked the door. My friend Mikey was sitting there. I was like, "Your cousin's a psychopath." And then when I'm streaming, right, he literally leaks my address in stream.
That would suck.
He leaked my address, and I had to delete it.
You had to delete the entire YouTube channel or the video?
The stream. And guess what? I made a video saying how I was quitting that channel because the more I stream, the more he's gonna come. He could like leak my address. He could leak personal information. He could leak my mom's credit card for all I know. And guess what?
What?
I deleted the stream and I made that video. I got so many comments on that video. None of them good. All of them telling me to kill myself and no one even liked me and that the YouTube channel was trash. So I deleted that channel completely. Like I don't even remember the sign-in account information, but in 6th grade, probably the worst year.
He's currently in the year right now.
The worst year ever.
I feel like that this is probably your worst year too of what I experienced with you.
Those kids in 5th grade. Yep.
I got a question. What's your deal with Wyatt?
My deal with Wyatt. We were working on a project, right? And
he's the type of kid that like he wants everything to himself. Like, let's just say that you know the girl Juliana, right? Well, she comes in. I sit down with Wyatt first, but I didn't go to sit down with him because he's a douchebag. I didn't go to sit down with him. I went to go sit down with. I honestly forgot his name, but that BS kid probably already hit puberty already. Well, I was sitting down with him, and then Juliana goes and sits down there, and she's like, "I'm not gonna sit down." And then he's all like, Wyatt's all like, "Why?" And he's like, "Cause he's here." And she points at me, and I'm like, "Jesus Christ, we dated twice, like, and you're not even gonna want me to sit here." Wyatt looks at me, he's like, "Leave." I said, "No." He's like, "Leave." I said, "No." And he's like, "Leave or I swear to God I'm gonna punch you." And I'm like, "Do it." He didn't do nothing.
Are you talking about the Wyatt in
6th grade?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Hit me." He didn't do anything. The only reason why I left the table is because my friends Hunter, Tony, Cody, they were all like, "Hey, K-Dog, come over here." That's why I left. But he thought that he was the reason why I left.
Guess what?
But I wasn't.
We had a project, right? One of my friends, Brian, was in our group as well. It was me, him, and Brian. Brian has stage fright and he's bad at public speaking. So we said, "Okay, Brian, you just help with the project. Wyatt will speak." We're all good. I help with the project. I make the drawing. Brian helps with the information. Wyatt's up there trying to make Brian present. A kid who like gets nervous easily. He has stage fright and issues with public speaking. And he's just sitting there. And Wyatt's just like,
Bro, that would suck.
yeah, I was sitting here like.
The thing is that when I had to do my play in front of almost the entire school with my drama class, that I didn't really care, cause I didn't have stage fright. But if we had that kid go up there and do that, that would come like, let's just say Wyatt is a character, and then he's like, this is technically what you're saying, but in drama forms. He's like, "Wow, you guys, I don't want to do this. How about Brian takes my spot?" Brian goes up there, and the entire play gets ruined.
And guess what? We got a D. He's nuts, but no, for real, we actually got a D on the project. I was so pissed. We had an A+ project, no joke. But so I was like, "Oh, well, it's perfect. Just present it." I was like, "Okay, cool. We got an A+." Nope, because we didn't present it.
And, well, now just... Okay, so, tell me about the bathroom. What happened? Like, what caused you to do that?
What happened was, I was going through some crap with, like, not being able to see my dad and finding out my mom was in jail and all that. I tried killing myself.
How? Like, what were you trying to do? Because, like,
My
when you opened the stall door to walk out, there was nothing in there. There was no, like, rope in there. There was no knife in there. There was no gun. It was just you by yourself. You in a toilet. That's all I saw.
This is how I was not going to drown myself.
I know that.
What I was gonna do is I had a hoodie, right? You know the strings?
Yeah.
I tied them to make a noose. Like I tied them knots, hung it. You know that little space?
Yeah.
I hung it up on that one little gap, but there were so many kids there.
What happened is that because I was being a TA for that period, and I said I really gotta go to the bathroom. So when I went to the bathroom, I saw a whole bunch of kids surrounding the stall. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" They told me that Jimmy's trying to kill himself. I was like, at first I was like, "Who the fuck is Jimmy?" But then I was like, "Jimmy, who are you?" And then I literally pulled myself up over the stall, but I knew you weren't taking a shit because I could see you like your feet like standing up. So I hopped myself over the stall, and I knew who it was. Like right when I saw her face, I was like, "That dude." And then Wyatt's all like, "Yeah, go." And he's pushing me to go to the door. Wyatt's trying to push me out of the bathroom, and I say no. I throw Wyatt out of the fucking way.
But you don't
I throw him out of the fucking way, and then you walk out. And I'm like, "Jimmy, you good?"
And I literally
You never
just
answered.
walked past,
You just
yeah.
walked past.
I remember.
And then Wyatt's giving me the stare like, "Why the fuck did you just throw me?" I feel like Wyatt's the type of kid that acts hard, but he's not.
He's not. He challenged me to a MMA fight. I was like, "You would get, bro. You would not have the same face again." So we got it all challenged, right? We're setting it up. He's like, "Actually, you know what? We're doing boxing."
Bro,
And
boxing?
you remember when? And guess what? You know what's funny?
New challenger? Question mark?
No, because here's the thing, Chris. There's one problem with him being a challenger. I'd actually show up.
Me too. I would be ready. I'd be like,
Why just sitting there?
no, he's the type. He's a cocky dude. He's the
I
type
know,
of dude
but-
that wants to like you want to punch his face like so freaking bad. Well, is that it for your depression?
No.
Okay, continue.
So, you know Aiden Eder?
Yes,
Brother.
He used to have long hair, but now he has like short.
I would know that. We're related.
Oh, he's your brother?
Not by blood. I will tell you after the podcast. After the podcast, I'll explain everything. Basically, Kira Tyndall, 7th grade. She told me that we got on the topic of Aiden, saying how I miss him, and she was like, "Oh," and then
Does he not
I
go to the
asked-
school no more?
No, not anymore. And she said that his brother tried to message him on Xbox, and she said that her brother got a message from Aiden's mom saying that he stabbed himself. And so many people were like, "That's not like Aiden at all." And I'm like, yes, that is. He was literally suicidal.
Aiden stabbed himself?
No,
Oh.
thankfully, it was a rumor. And whoever said that, whoever thought that was funny, I'm coming for you. See this pen? See this pen right here? This is coming right up your ass.
Okay, but
You're gonna be
is that it?
shooting out ink.
Is that it?
No.
Okay.
Because I remember at the field, guess what? You know what happened to me?
What?
I blacked out. No joke. I was just knocked out unconscious.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if it was because I'm stressed out, because I literally just thought, like, imagine having a good day and then imagine, oh yeah, your big brother just died. Like, and guess what some kids say?
What?
Oh, you'll be fine. My family just died. I am not going to be
Did
fine.
they actually die?
Thankfully, Aiden did not.
Okay.
I'm so happy that was a rumor, and like I said,
Okay.
pen.
Okay.
Your ass.
Well, thank you guys for watching the second episode of Today's Nation. Round of applause for Creed here, Jimmy. Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me, actually.
Yeah, no problem. We'll see you guys next week for the next episode, and peace, guys. See ya.